Yeah, there you go. Staying inside. The man is Mr. Brett McCulloch, and he's here to talk with us today. Brett, come on in and say hello.
How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for
Doing
having me.
great, thank you. If we get up off the floor laughing here, I know I caught John by surprise. John, my co-host John Bon Jovial, I never let him hear the music ahead of time because I like to get his first impression. I want to see and hear what
I
he
love
says.
that name, by the way. That cracked me up.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's.
We've had several discussions about it. Trust me.
But I was sitting here watching him on our backstage video where we communicate between songs, so we can talk about you behind your back. But I was watching him, and he was getting a kick out of this when he got a hint when he heard the music, of course, because you kind of know what's coming. That's one of the most famous tunes of the last century, I guess. But and the lyrics are just great. You put together some great lyrics, and as I inferred at the beginning, this is the thing that got me tracking you down to see if we could get you to come on the show with us. How did you come up with the idea for this tune? There's a bunch of these songs going around right now, and this has to be one of the better ones.
This is definitely one of the
so
better
much.
ones.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I just was talking to my family, and obviously, I mean, this was when I made this thing. It was just a baby, the coronavirus. I mean, a lot of people weren't taking it seriously, and I'm always one to kind of err on the side of caution. So I was kind of taking it seriously from the beginning, and I just was like telling my family and friends, you guys stay home. They don't know much about this thing, and a lot of people kept comparing it to the flu, and I was just saying, like, we've got a lot of research for the flu. We don't have a lot of research yet for this stuff, so it's better just to, plan for the worst case and hope for the best. But I was talking to my family and friends and everything, and I got off the phone, and I was just sitting on my couch, and all of a sudden, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees just popped into my head. And I was like, you know what? I need to change the lyrics and just do something clever and just try to make people laugh about it and maybe spread some awareness. And at the time, I made it for my family and friends, but, I just got off the couch and I've got a little home studio set up here, and I went to my room, and, within an hour, I had basically finished the track. I programmed the drums. I laid all the keyboard stuff down. I tracked all the vocals. And I was like, man, this track needs guitar and it needs bass. And so I called up two of my best friends, Alex Kilroy on guitar, and I said, hey, man, I got this crazy idea, and it's Staying Inside. It's a play on Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, but it's about the coronavirus, and I changed the lyrics up a little bit here and there. Would you mind just doing me a favor and just playing on it and just sending me a video of you recording your guitar track? And he was like, oh, yeah, absolutely, man, no problem at all. So he sends it over, an hour later, and I call Adrian up. Adrian Laird is the bass player on the track, and he's one of my best friends in the world. I mean, I was actually the best man at his wedding. So we've known each other a while. We went to school together, and he's just one of the best bass players I know on the planet. And so I called him up and I said, hey, same deal. Hey, I got this crazy idea. Would you just do me a favor? I know it's stupid and whatever, but just do it. It'll be funny. We'll send it to our family and friends, and that'll be that. And we had it finished in basically, probably 5 or 6 hours total. They sent me their video stuff. I mixed all the audio and put the video together in Final Cut, just real minimal stuff. And then I just threw it on YouTube, and we sent it to a few friends. And before we knew it, I mean, we didn't expect, I was just thinking it would get a few hundred views and all that stuff. And, now we're at almost 2 million views and counting, and it's just unbelievable. And we've had celebrities play it. We've been on TV shows. Fox News Sunday played it yesterday, and Inside Edition played it on their show, and it's just been absolutely insane. John Travolta actually posted it on his social media, and James Spann, which is like a famous
Did he
guy.
really?
He did. I mean,
I was going to ask you.
I mean, it was like every day it was something
new. Oh, man, you got to be jazzed over that.
Oh, my goodness. You have no idea. I mean, it's just been unreal. I mean, we didn't expect anything out of it. I just threw it up, and I was like, oh, this will be funny for me and maybe one or two other people. But it's been really cool to see the reaction and the responses. And, you know, a lot of comments we've gotten are like, you know, people are saying, hey, I haven't smiled in weeks, and this video made me laugh. You know, and it's comments like that really make this whole thing worthwhile, and it feels good to kind of do something to spread some positivity in these tough times. And definitely spread some awareness too. And I mean, little did I know. I mean, at that time they were saying, "Oh yeah, staying home is the best way to fight it." So I just went with it. But you know, the health experts and everything are still saying that staying home and staying inside and just being cautious is really the best way to beat this thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. And thing that jazzed me about this was the fact that it was pretty much as you described it. It was something that popped into your head where you could have a little fun with normally a serious situation. It kind of threw me back to the 50s and early 60s when there was another creative period in music where this actually happened. You had groups like the Four Preps who did a series of songs where they did a play on the real songs. As a matter of fact, what they did, they carried it one step further, and they even sounded like the artist whom they were parodying. And several other artists, the Four Preps, made a part of their career out of that and went on to become some famous people in their own right. You had country singer Sheb Wooley, who was a Western movie actor, the guy that gave us the Purple People Eater. He made a career out of his alter ego, Ben Colder, doing takeoffs of songs like that. So, yeah, it was a kick in that respect too, because it just showed that creativity is alive and well. It just hasn't been getting the publicity that that other aspects have been. And I'm really, really glad for you and the others who are stepping up and letting their imaginations take them away. One of the things I did want to talk about, other than the fact that you had some serious musicians working with you on that, but also the fact that you're a serious musician and you're not really known for your disco or dance music.
Definitely not. I mean, this was just kind of just an idea that I ran with, and I've been a Bee Gees fan, but I'm a fan of a lot of music.
Sure.
So, there wasn't like, oh, I'm a Bee Gees tribute band. I've actually had a lot of people comment, what's the name of your Bee Gees tribute band? I'm just like that's really funny to me, because it's just, that's not what I do. Yeah. Oh, that's
John
great.
Bon Jovi.
I'm gonna have to run with that. That'll be my next response.
You're welcome. You're welcome to it. John Bon Jovi, you look like you got a mouthful of something you want to say.
A mouthful of something. Yeah, okay, sure. No, actually, I wanted to discuss the aspect of this particular song versus the other music that you do, and it just you may not consider yourself to be a disco artist, if you will. However, I think that it shows that there is creativity and there is flexibility in the musician that can adapt him or herself to doing something like this when you may be well known for doing something else and pulling it off. So, my hat's off to you. That's really about all I wanted to say. You did a really nice job of producing it. It sounds great.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Brett, the other thing I wanted to touch on, and this looks like as good a point as any before we run out of time here, and the fact that you are, in fact, a serious musician, and obviously this isn't what this doesn't represent your entire body of work. Tell us a little bit about who Brent McCulloch is, how he got to where he is now, and where he'd like to go.
All right. Yeah. I've been doing music basically my whole life. I was born in Alabama and actually went to college at the University of Alabama. And I've been studying music. I mean, I've played by ear since I can remember. I got my start, learning the Star Wars theme song with the little toy piano. My mom, they would go to the grocery store and we would come back and I'd be watching a movie. And one day she came back and I was playing I'd learned the Star Wars theme song on on the little toy piano. And she was like,
awesome.
okay, we're putting you in piano lessons right then. So I've really been doing it, and I've been singing and playing. I'm primarily known as a keyboard player. I'm actually the keyboard player for country star Trace Adkins, if you're familiar with him.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
I play and sing with him. Yeah, I play and sing with him on the road. And right now, obviously the touring situation is all pending and everything. But, I moved to Nashville a couple of years ago. I got picked up by him. But I've been writing music. I released an album called Mystery about 5 years ago now. And I actually came out with a Christmas EP last year. So, I'm singing and I do the artist thing, and I also produce, a lot of groups. And right now I'm working with a group called Split Rooster. It's this kid band that's really great, and I've been working with them. And actually the guitar player in the video, Alex Kilroy, I'm producing his music, and he just released his first single, Cry. And I've actually got a single coming out this month as well called Yours, and it's coming out on April 17th. So stay tuned and keep an eye out for that if you guys get bored. But
I'd love to get a copy of it we could share.
Well, thank you. I will definitely send it to you. But yeah, I just try to keep busy with music. Music's my love. It's what I've always done and what I've always known and just really enjoyed doing. So, videos like this just kind of keep me from getting bored, and if they entertain other people, then that's awesome. That's like an added bonus. So.
Well, that's our mission statement here on the David Bowers Awards. It's all about the music and the people who make it. And what you've said sums it up perfectly. That's exactly what we're here for, and we have the added advantage of being able to make a stage for a lot of emerging artists that haven't gotten the exposure that either they would like to or we think they should have gotten. And it's just John Bon Jovial and I are both longtime terrestrial radio guys, and we got together about 7-8 years ago when we were both in Florida, and we got to talking about how much we missed radio and how much it was the only job we ever had that we really could say got up in the morning and looked forward to going to work. And of course, today's radio not being anywhere near what it was then, it's just not the same. I got an inspiration, and I said, you know what? You can do all of this now with the benefit of the internet. You can do virtually anything you want. Why don't we get together, come up with our own model, and do a show of our own where we can do whatever we want to. We're not beholden to any management or corporate brass, and we can just dedicate it to the music and the artists. And here we are in our 7th year still doing it. So,
and that's why I like to think that, we did radio, as far as I'm concerned, when radio was relevant. And I think something that David may have said to you just a second ago, Brent, was maybe a little misleading. We've known each other for a lot longer than 6 or 7 years. He and I did radio together at WQYK in Tampa back in, 1972 or 73.
Wow.
Yeah, 74. Cool. Yeah. So we've known each other a long, long time, and we've reflected over the years on our careers. We've reflected over the state of radio today, controlled by some of these, mega corporations like Clear Channel, which, morphed into iHeartRadio. And it's just, it's in a sad state of affairs. Thank God for the internet and our ability to be able to do a podcast like this one.
Yes, I really think you guys are doing a great thing, and I love you guys, and I love what you guys are doing. So,
well,
I think the more people that can do what you guys are doing, the better quality music will rise to the top, and just the more, I think, a bigger platform for people that may not get a shot from the big, major companies. So I think it's awesome.
Well, thank you. We try, and we have a lot of fun doing it, and that was the bottom line. We wanted to be able to do something worthwhile and have fun doing it, and that's pretty much what we've tried to package here. Now, before we let you go, a couple of points we have to get across. And one, I told you that self-promotion is highly encouraged. Want you to tell the listeners how they can get in touch with you, how they can follow you, get your music, where they can find you online.
Yes. So all of my social media, it's real simple. It's just Brent MCC Music It's just at Brent MCC Music. And my website is brentmccmusic.com. YouTube,